Have you been looking for the right answers about the Finnish immigration, work permit, or what kind of jobs do immigrants get to do in Finland? Or you are just interested in knowing about Finland, what kind of life do immigrants live in Finland? Then you don't have to worry anymore, because in today's video, I'll be answering all those questions. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, then keep on watching. Hi Faves, welcome and welcome back. In today's video, I'll be doing a Q&A. A few days ago, I posted on my community and I asked you guys to ask me any question. I got only a few questions, but I'm not mad about that because I know the algorithm. Maybe you didn't get to see my post. So what did I do? I went back to my videos and I took all the questions that have been asked because I really want to answer those questions. So I took those questions that are often asked. Let's say I took the FAQ, frequently asked questions, to answer in today's video. So without much talking, let's just get into it. So the first question is how my husband and I moved to Finland. I guess this person is new to this channel because I've talked about this many times on my channel, but it's okay because I've gained a lot of subscribers recently. There are many ways people can move to Finland. People can move through seeking for asylum, through studies, through work, and through marriage. My husband moved through work. I moved through marriage. My husband got a job here and moved here. After a few months, he applied for our children and I, and we came to join him. So the second question is, are there English schools in Finland? And if yes, are they being taught by Finnish teachers? Yes, there are English schools in Finland. There are English schools in Helsinki, in Espoo, Vantaa, Turku, Tampere, Oulu, and Rovaniemi. There are about 6 international schools in Helsinki, Tampere, I think 3, in Turku 3, Rovaniemi 2, but in Oulu we have just 1 international school, Oulu International School, which is where my children go to. And yes, they are being taught by Finnish citizens and immigrants. They also teach them Finnish as a course. Another person asked, how long does it take to process work visa? We call it work permits in Finland. So yeah, it takes at most 2 months. Your expected processing time is calculated starting from the day your application is completed. And if you are asked to come for an interview, it will start counting after the day of your interview. Or is it the day of your interview? Yes. After your interview, it will start counting. Another person asked, how can I pass my Finnish language interview? You can only pass your Finnish language interview if you've studied. Basically listening and speaking, because it's an interview. So if you've studied and you've practiced speaking and listening, then you should be able to pass your Finnish language interview. But I'll give you some tips. The spoken Finnish language is very different from the written. During your interview, I'll advise you to initiate eye contact, look into your interviewer's eyes. That will show the person that you are interested and you are listening. And also look at their mouth, open your ears very well, because Finnish language changes. Assuming they ask, Onko sulla lemmikiä, you know that lemmikki is pet. If you've studied and you've heard pet, lemmikki. So when they put the A, lemmikiä, you still know, you have an idea of what they are talking about. Onko sulla or sinulla. Just know if they say sulla, know that it's still sinulla. Onko sulla on lemmikiä. Lemmikki is pet. But when they are asking you in a sentence, Onko sulla lemmikiä, it becomes lemmikiä. So you just have to open your ears, and when you hear one word you are familiar with, you just answer them. You just use ideas. Sometimes you don't have to know everything to be able to pass a Finnish interview. You just let them know that you have an idea of what they are talking about. So if they ask, Onko sulla lemmikiä, you tell them, joo, mulla on, or en ole. I also still use this because the language is a difficult one. When I'm at work or generally in life and people speak to me, I listen carefully and I just pick some things. You don't necessarily have to understand everything word for word, but you should be able to grab what they are talking about, or you should be able to know in what context, like what kind of conversation are you guys having. So you should be able to relate it to, what might be what they're asking. I don't know if I'm making sense right now, but you get the gist. The next question is, do they pay workers well in Finland? I would say yes, they pay workers well in Finland. The minimum wage is okay. You'll be okay, comfortable. You might not be able to save that much. Actually, it depends on you, depends on what kind of person you are. So I would say yes, they pay well in Finland. So the next one is a lengthy one, and it says, I watched a YouTube video that says, if you're a doctor, engineer, etc., meaning if you're a professional in Nigeria and come to Finland, you will start with cleaning jobs, basically unskilled jobs, because there is a barrier. It means no room to practice your profession, that Finland won't employ or absorb the person. Is this entirely true? Must a professional start off as a cleaner? Are there no exceptions? And what do you initially do? It has some typos. And what do you initially do to stand a chance to get a good paying job? Aside the language barrier, is it that it's about RACISA? You get it? Or she said it out of experience and mindset. Is that what is generally obtainable? Kindly advise on what to do as a professional so as not to start with unskilled jobs. Thanks. Actually, I get a lot of messages like this, and to be honest, it is very difficult to give advice. I won't say come and I won't say don't come. I would say if you don't have a job before coming to Finland, or even before going to anywhere, even US, UK, Canada, if you don't get a job before going abroad, it will be very difficult, my brother. It will be difficult. It will be difficult because you will be tense, no money is coming, and you have to pay bills. So you just take the barest minimum, and it will be these unskilled jobs like cleaning. I'm not saying that these jobs are not jobs. They are jobs. There are people cleaning and are doing very, very well. I understand that if you've gone to school, you've studied, you won't want to come here and be doing all these kind of jobs. I totally understand the angle you are coming from, but I'll say everybody has, should I call it, a humble beginning. If you don't want your humble beginning to be a cleaning job, dishwashing, all these kind of jobs, I'd advise that you get a job before even moving at all. So it is not about Finland, it is about you getting a job before moving. It is true, but not entirely true, that if you can't speak the language, you can't get a good job. If you can't speak the language, you can still get a good job, but only a few people, I would say maybe 1%. Yeah, I'm just being truthful. 1-2% will get a good job that don't require you to speak Finnish language. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that you can get a job as an immigrant easily in the IT field as a lecturer. Maybe you're a PhD student and you are looking for a postdoctoral role. Those kind of jobs are easier to get. Or talk about any other kind of jobs, they are difficult if you can't speak the Finnish language. The language barrier is real, because if you can't speak Finnish language, then hey pa, I'm able to do the job I'm doing because I can speak the language. So yeah, the language barrier is a huge thing. So the next question is, does your education or your past experience count when applying for jobs in Finland? And the simple answer, which is the truth, is that no. If you're in the academics, then it will count. But if you are not, no, it doesn't count. So guys, that brings us to the end of this video. You all know the kind of content I do now. I do mostly vlogs, maybe once in a while, sit down videos like this. I thought people would be able to relate more to that if they want to see the kind of lifestyle you can live in Finland as an immigrant, so that you see the originality in everything, and to bring you guys closer, because I believe you are my family members. I don't want to have a relationship of come here, sit, talk to the camera and just get information and they go. I want to bring you guys closer to my family. I want you guys to see me as I am. That was the reason why I switched the style of my content. I do more of vlogs now. So if you're interested in seeing how an immigrant life looks like in Finland, how I live in Finland, then you can go ahead and watch my videos. I will link them here. So yeah, that is it guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.